getting into that kind of somewhat recovering from the summer, not exactly blockbusters. I mean, the number one movie last week made $13 million, which is about a third what blockbuster movie, or what medium-sized hits make, and about a tenth of what big movies make. So, or maybe an eighth. So we've got some relatively good movies coming out this week. We've got Legendary, we've got The Romantics, we've got Heartbreaker, Hideaway, and Brand New Day. All right, I will tell you about all of them. Legendary is, I kind of like this. It's got Patricia Clarkson. Patricia Clarkson is in everything these days, and yay. I mean, she's really a wonderful actress. She was, you'll recognize her even if you don't recognize her name, and she's not only in Legendary this week, but she's in the Easy A next week. And she was in The Station Agent as well. That's where we first saw her. Danny Glover's in this. The idea is that we've got a really smart kid who is being picked on, and he's got a big brother that was a wrestling champ, and so he decides he's going to take up wrestling. And he decides he wants to go find his brother. I kind of like this movie. The problem is, I mean, John Cena is a really good actor, and he's kind of like Michael Cera, only he's actually better, but he's the same body type of tall and lanky and skinny and kind of self-effacing, but he's a really good actor. His big brother is played by John Cena, sorry, is the World Wrestling superstar. That I think Courtney J. Clark, see, they didn't list it, about he's the kid. At any rate, the movie is about two brothers and guilt, and Patricia Clarkson is good in it, and I really like this. I think it could have gone a little faster, but not a bad movie. About brothers, and Danny Glover is terrific in it. It's a little bit predictable, but you still like it, and you're going to learn a lot about wrestling. This is kind of Rocky for the wrestling set. So if you like, do you guys like wrestling? This is like high school wrestling, not the WWE. No wrestling. Jimmy, are you a wrestling guy? No wrestling. Okay. I actually knew a couple of wrestlers, and I knew some of the holds, so it's kind of appealing. It's not going to make a huge amount of money, but it's kind of an appealing movie. The Romantics. This one has got a huge cast in it. Katie Holmes, Anna Paquin, Josh Duhamel, Jeremy Strong, Elijah Wood, Adam Brody, Candice Bergen. I hated this movie. Hate is probably a strong word. It was really disappointing because it's got such a huge cast, and I think it was trying to be the big chill for Gen X or something, but all the people were completely horrible human beings. There was nobody to like. The idea is that Katie Holmes shows up at her girlfriend's wedding, Anna Paquin, and it turns out that Katie and Josh had a relationship, but Anna's now marrying Josh, and how disruptive does she want to be? But everybody is completely despicable. They have the morals of anteaters in heat, and the only person to even semi-like is Candice Bergen, because she can at least sew. I mean, this movie, and it's being billed as this big, cool, big chill. It wasn't. All the people are nasty in it. We don't like nasty. On the other hand, Heartbreaker is a genuinely snotty movie, but it's really good. Okay, I admit to you up front, it is the dreaded subtitles, all right? It's in French. But the idea is that this really is funny. The idea is that we've got a globe-trotting playboy with a business all his own. He's hired by his friends, family, or jealous lovers to break up relationships. I mean, it's a really clever idea. They're already talking about remaking it with an American cast, but this is terrific. When a professional Casanova meets his toughest mark yet, will his game finally change? This is a terrific movie. It's funny, it's smart, it's fresh. So go see Heartbreaker, all right? You guys aren't going to, are you? You don't want to read your movies. But it's terrific. They'll remake it with a mediocre American cast. But it's an hour and 45 minutes, and you'll really love it. On the other hand, Hideaway, Le Refuge, is another subtitled movie that falls much more into the subtitled kind of category. We've got two young, beautiful people who are drugged out in the opening scene, and one of them, it's not really a spoiler to say that both of them overdose and one of them dies. And so the woman, it turns out, again, not a spoiler, is pregnant and goes off to the Hideaway, the refuge, to have her baby. The most interesting part about this is the son of the son of the mother and the brother of the overdose victim is a French pop singer who'd never acted before, who's incredibly charismatic. His name is Mousse, like chocolate mousse. And he's wonderful. But this is, if you're going to go see a subtitled movie, you're probably going to be much happier with Heartbreaker. It's a much cleverer movie. All right, Brand New Day. This is really irritating in that it's Bran is spelled B-R-A-N, New is N-U-E, Day is D-A-E. This kind of thing drives me nuts. I mean, why would you do that? The idea is it's 1969. This guy's in Australia. He's hanging out with his friends, but his mom has great hopes for him, and she wants him to return to a religious mission in Perth. You know, to go for better things. Jeffrey Rush is terrific in this. He plays Father Benedictus, and he punishes. Willie runs away from his mission. He's too ashamed to go home. He meets a man who he calls Uncle Tadpole, and together they con a couple of hippies into taking him on a life-changing 3,000-mile journey through the spectacular Australian outback, all the while being pursued by Father Benedictus. This made huge amounts of money in Australia. It's kind of Glee meets, I don't know, a road picture. It's got, it's got Aborigines in it. It's got some great dance numbers. It's a really cool movie. It's just very odd. But the dancing is wonderful. The singing is wonderful. As I said, it's kind of Glee for Aborigines. That's not completely true because some of the people aren't Aborigines. But it's really enjoyable. So the two movies that I would most send you to this week, Legendary is okay, but Brand New Day, even though the misspellings are legendary, is really adorable and charming. And Heartbreakers is a terrific movie, even though it's subtitled. Brand New Day maybe should be subtitled because the Australian accents are sometimes a little hard to get through. And Jeffrey Rush chews on the scenery, but he's clearly having a great time, and who knew he could sing and dance? So, pick of the week, either Brand New Day if you like musicals, or Heartbreaker if you're willing to read through the subtitles. But Heartbreaker's a terrific movie. More details at drjoy.com. 800-544-7070. I'm Dr.